The drum spoke. Ayo listened. The village square buzzed with energy. Colorful fabrics fluttered in the wind, merchants shouted over the hum of music, and children ran laughing through the stalls. Ayo stood quietly near the edge of the crowd, his dark eyes scanning the festivities. He had always felt different. People often mistook his quiet demeanor for shyness, but he was listening, always listening. Suddenly, the talking drum at the center of the square pulsed with rhythm, a language only a few could sense. Ayo felt the vibrations against his chest and understood every subtle message. Ayo whispered to himself, "Something's wrong. Someone is hiding the truth." The villagers danced, unaware of the tension creeping through Ayo's thoughts. He knew the drum wasn't just music. It was a messenger. Ayo noticed Chief Okoro, the village leader, moving strangely through the crowd. The drum's rhythm changed suddenly, sharp and urgent. Ayo's heart raced. Ayo muttered, "That's him. He did it." He approached the elder, but fear held him back from speaking aloud. Only the drum seemed to confirm his suspicion, beating in secret words that only Ayo could interpret. Ayo found his friend Neka, sitting by a fountain, sketching quietly. He leaned close and spoke in hurried whispers. Ayo said, "The drum. It's telling me Chief Okoro is guilty. He murdered Ekena." Neka, visibly shocked, replied, "Ayo, are you sure? That's impossible. Chief Okoro has always been respected." Ayo responded, "I hear it. I feel it. You have to trust me." Neka frowned, torn between skepticism and trust. Ayo's gaze was intense, unwavering. At night, the talking drum sat by the ceremonial hall. The village slept. Ayo approached it cautiously. The drum spoke to Ayo through vibrations. "The truth must be seen. He hides behind honor. Witness the shadow of his deed." Ayo muttered, "I will. I will make them see." Ayo traced his fingers over the drum's carved surface. Images flashed in his mind. Ekena falling by the river, Chief Okoro watching from the shadows. Ayo stood silent for a moment, absorbing the drum's message. And this is where you come in, viewer. Wherever you're watching from, we're here to bring stories that hit home, stories about courage, truth, and the unexpected. Drop a comment below to tell us where you are, and don't forget to subscribe for more tales that pull at your heart. The next morning, Ayo couldn't shake the drum's warning. He went to the riverbank where Ikena's body had been found weeks ago. He crouched near the water's edge, looking for anything the elders might have missed. Ayo muttered to himself, "There has to be something. Something that proves what the drum showed me." His fingers brushed against disturbed sand. There, partially hidden under a leaf, was a small medallion, a symbol of the village council that only Chief Okoro wore. Ayo's pulse quickened. Ayo returned to Neka, medallion in hand. She examined it skeptically. Neka said, This could be evidence, but you know if we show it, people might not believe it. Chief Okoro is too respected." Ayo replied, "The drum will help. They'll see what I see. They'll have to believe." The tension between belief and fear filled the air. Ayo's jaw tightened. He had always felt the weight of knowing when others refused to see the truth. Weeks later, the annual harvest festival arrived. The drum was placed at the center of the ceremonial stage. The villagers gathered, unaware that this would be the day the truth came alive. Ayo climbed to the stage beside the drum. He touched it lightly, and the drum began a rhythm unlike any before, fast, staccato, almost frantic. The drum's beat painted a vision of that fateful night. Villagers gasped as the scene of Ekena's murder played out in vivid detail, Chief Okoro striking from the shadows, Ekena falling near the river. The villagers asked, Is this real?" Ayo replied, "The drum never lies." The crowd grew silent, staring at the elder who tried to hide his shame behind a veil of dignity. The villagers surrounded Chief Okoro, their eyes wide with anger and disbelief. The once respected leader could no longer hold his composure. Chief Okoro said with a trembling voice, I didn't mean to. It was an accident. Ayo replied. The drum told the truth. Justice cannot be hidden behind fear or respect. The villagers shouted, You will face the council. You have betrayed us all. Chief Okoro hung his head. The drum continued its rhythm, now slow and solemn, almost like a sigh of relief. That evening, the festival ended quietly. Ayo walked to the edge of the village and looked at the horizon. The drum's rhythm had faded, but its message remained. Courage and truth could change even the darkest secrets. Ayo spoke softly to himself. I listened, and they finally heard. Neka joined him, smiling gently. Neka said to him, You've done well, Ayo. The village owes you more than words can say. Ayo simply replied, The drum does not lie. That is enough reward. If you followed Ayo's journey, now is the perfect moment to subscribe to our channel. Every story we share uncovers truth, courage, and moments that touch the heart. Take a minute, hit that subscribe button, and join us for more stories that resonate far beyond the screen. Even when the village sleeps, the drum never forgets. Weeks had passed since Chief Okoro's confession. Ayo had hoped the village could finally breathe, but the talking drum began a low, ominous rhythm at night. Ayo's eyes snapped open. Ayo said under his breath, Something's wrong. The drum, it's warning me again. Neka, now Ayo's closest confidant, placed a hand on his shoulder. She said, It's been quiet for so long. Are you sure it's more trouble? Ayo replied, I feel it. We can't ignore it. Not now. A hooded stranger arrived at the village gate. The drum's rhythm spiked as Ayo and Neka approached. The stranger spoke. I come with news. The past isn't finished with this village. Ayo answered, Who are you? What do you want? The stranger replied, The drum speaks of truth, but some truths bring danger. Beware of Chief Okoro's allies. They move in shadows. Ayo clenched his fists. This was no ordinary warning. The drum had never erred. Ayo knew he couldn't handle this alone. He gathered the older youths of the village, explaining the drum's warnings. Ayo spoke to them. The drum warns us. Chief Okoro's influence isn't gone. We must stay vigilant. The youth leader responded. We believed in your warning before, Ayo. We'll follow you. But what can we do? Ayo replied, Observe, listen, and trust the drum. It will guide us. The group nodded, fear and resolve mirrored in their faces. That evening, Ayo approached the drum. It began a strange, fragmented rhythm, showing glimpses of secret meetings near the river. The drum's vibrations painted shadows moving under the cover of night, whispering threats against those who had exposed Chief Okoro. Ayo said while breathing heavily, They're planning something. Someone could get hurt. We must act. Neka touched his arm gently and said, We'll face it together. The drum gave you the truth once. It can guide us again. If you've joined Ayo on this journey, take a minute to subscribe to our channel. Every story uncovers courage and hidden truths, and you won't want to miss the next twist. Hit subscribe now and stay with us as we reveal what the drum shows next. Ayo and the youth group crept toward the river at night. The talking drum's rhythm guided them, vibrating like a heartbeat in Ayo's chest. Ayo whispered, There, behind those trees. I can see them. The youth leader said, It's Chief Okoro's men. We should retreat. Ayo rebuked him, saying, No, we need proof. The drum will protect us if we're careful. Shadows moved silently, carrying messages that could destroy the village if ignored. Ayo's instincts were correct. One of Chief Okoro's allies, a man named Obina, was meeting secretly with others, handing over a pouch of coins. Ayo said to Neka, "It's bribery, corruption. They plan to replace the council quietly." She replied, "We have to tell the elders, but carefully." Ayo answered, "The drum will show them. We don't speak alone, we let it speak." Once again, the village festival became the stage for revelation. The talking drum, now central on the ceremonial platform, began an urgent rhythm. The entire village gathered. Ayo spoke loudly to the villagers. "The drum shows the truth again. Chief Okoro's allies seek to corrupt what we fought to protect. Watch carefully." The drum's beats revealed the river meeting in a vivid reenactment. The villagers gasped, seeing the betrayal in clear detail. The elders and villagers confronted Obina and his followers. The talking drum kept rhythm, emphasizing every gesture and movement, leaving no room for denial. An elder shouted, "You've betrayed this village!" Obina responded, saying, It was not my plan alone." Ayo answered calmly, "The drum shows everything. Justice is not silent." With the conspirators exposed, the village could finally breathe again. The drum's rhythm slowed to a calm, soothing beat. Ayo spoke softly. "The drum gave us truth. Again." Neka replied, "You've grown, Ayo. The village owes you its safety." Ayo retorted, saying, "The drum guides. We only follow." Ayo's journey proves that truth cannot be hidden, and courage can come from unexpected places. Subscribe now, and join us for more stories that show bravery, mystery, and heart. Share this story with friends, comment where you're watching from, and make sure you never miss the next revelation from the talking drum.